So
thought,
I'm
didn't
gonna
happen.
start the recording.
Did it?
And all right. So Tom Merlin, home helper, is here. I'm with my friend Susan from Oakton Arms. And we're just doing a little feel-good thing. It's June, summer's coming, and we're all in these challenges together, Susan. So we had a little talk beforehand, but tell me what your feelings are on Oakton Arms. What makes you guys special?
Oakton Arms. Well, I just started here about just a little over 6 months ago. And my thought was that when I walked in here, it was more like a family.
So I was
Yeah.
laughing because many years ago, my son probably wouldn't want to be reminded of this. He went to Oakton Arms every Christmas in his Cub Scout uniform to sing Christmas carols to the residents. And I always enjoyed the interaction with the people, oh, can we sing this song? And can we sing this song? And even your staff, when I've been coming by with my snack bags, they're right out there saying, oh, hi, and thank you, and all that fun stuff. So,
yeah. Do you know the snack bag didn't even quite make it to my office this past week?
I'll admit I kind of decided to drop it off later and let the evening shift and maybe the weekend people.
Yeah, I usually try to spread it out well.
That was my thought. Plus, I got home from work a lot later than I planned to on
Yeah.
Friday. So how do you guys make that family happen? I mean, we're all going through some challenges right now.
Yes,
we're dealing
definitely
with some interesting people, and the fact that seniors don't always get what we're going through.
No.
How do you feel that makes it different?
I just think, like I said, when I walked in, it was kind of everybody adopted me immediately. Everybody treats each other like they know, some of them I came to realize had only been here as residents for maybe 3 months, yet they acted like they knew the other person's family and had known them for 5 years. They all get very, very close to each other, and I have a very social group, I will say. So COVID-19 has not been good on my residents because they are ready to socialize.
And then I should point out, Susan is the activities director. So it's a really challenging time to come up with something, especially when all your outside sources of entertainment are kind of put on hold right now.
Yes.
You had talked to me earlier on, because you're a independent, sometimes it's hard to keep people to understand that, yes, you can go here and go there, but there's a good chance you might be in your room for the next 14 days. And
right.
how do you keep the ones that do have to be in their room? How do you keep them, without going a little bit stir crazy?
That's a lot of one-on-one activity for them. It is difficult for them because nobody understands what's going on out there, as I always say. We can come in the mornings and explain to them, everything's locked down. Everyone's wearing face masks. They didn't understand the toilet paper shortage at the beginning until we finally explained what was happening.
I don't think any of us understood the toilet paper shortage. The
really.
Funniest thing I heard was, this is a respiratory disease. Why are you worried about toilet paper?
Yes, I did hear that one as well, and that was a good point. So yes, we did have an extra stash of toilet paper here just in case everybody got concerned. But they didn't quite get that. So then when someone had any type of a symptom and we needed them to stay in their rooms, it was very difficult for them. So it was more of a one-on-one. We have caregivers on our assisted living floor that can provide some assistance with those residents and give them more one-on-one time than even me giving them one-on-one time as the activity director. For the independent residents, it's difficult, but they have been loving word games, and they're a very intellectual bunch as well. So once a week they get an activity packet and they never know what's going to be in it. And I have heard those comments as well of, oh, wow, that one really surprised me that you had something like that in there to do.
And you had said that even if they don't know somebody closely, they really notice if somebody isn't around.
Oh, without a doubt. If they don't see that, maybe, you always have the ones that see if an ambulance pulls up in the front, and then they always want to know who it is. And we can't always tell them, but give them about 2 hours and they can always figure it out. But they have been asking a lot. We have a few residents that went out to the hospital and are now staying in our facility next door. And our residents have asked how they're doing, and they really want to keep in touch with them. So as soon as they get next door, we get an okay sometimes for them to pass their phone number along because they really want to talk to them. It truly is, they are missing them.
Yeah.
Even though they're all on separate floors right now, some of them, they're waving at each other over the balconies.
Well, at least they're not teenagers where they'd figure out how to climb over the balcony to go visit somebody.
We're hoping that never happens.
Yeah. Now you were our first stop on our parade that we did with the seniors, caring for seniors.
Yes.
And it was quite amazing when we turned into the driveway and saw all the people out there. And one of your residents was interviewed. Why don't you tell us about her just a little bit,
Yes.
why she was so excited?
She was so excited just in general when she heard about the parade, and number one, getting outside was the whole, like, everybody was excited about that. But then the parade, and I explained it to them as, you see what you're missing out on right now while everybody, you know, is kind of in this lockdown state. But there are seniors that are graduating from high school and missing the experiences that you experienced when you graduated high school. And so they were all very excited to do something about it. And many of them made cards for them. And then when we said, okay, we're having the parade, why don't you, come out and we're all going to cheer for them and everything. I had one resident who told me, she's like, I used to work at Maine West. And I'm like, really? And she said, yes, I worked there for many years. My kids went to school there. She was so excited. So yes, she was the one that when WGN was there, that they came over and interviewed her about it. And she was just elated to be able to even just talk about the fact that, she has now made this connection. It's a lifelong connection for everybody. And everybody feels that way. You gave us the sticker of class of 2020 and it's on our door.
Yep.
And we have it inside the building on the door for all of them. And they all know that that's now another part of their family.
Yeah, and we did a plaque that tied all the facilities together to the seniors, and we donated it to the school. So with that, I'm going to let you get back to your busy day, and I'm looking forward to meeting that young lady in the future when we can get in, because I'm sure we will revisit what happened and we'll have a good time talking about that. So Susan, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, I stopped the